Hey viewers, welcome to another game of CasualProGamer. Today we're doing another StarCraft 2 1 vs 1, this time between MYoGo, playing the Zerg in the bottom right, and MDayshi, who is the, is that? Yeah, that's Dayshi. Playing the Terran in the top left. So, yeah, we see the Overlord going out obviously immediately because, well, you know where your opponent is on this map because it's a two-player map. So, production tab, and let me close that because, yeah, I normally close that before the match starts, but kind of forgot. And yeah, so you don't get spoiled by when the end of, more importantly, that I don't get spoiled when the end of the match is, because you can still see it from the video length. And yeah, I rarely like make extra length on the video to just yeah, make you think that it's longer. I always talk a little bit afterwards to make sure that you don't get spoiled. So that's not because I try to really analyze the gameplay, because I'm not a good enough player to actually do that. It's just to prevent you from seeing from the video length when the game is going to end exactly. But yeah, most of the time we can pretty much see when the game is going to end, because most of these victories are pretty obvious. So the scout is coming in. He actually sent out a drone scout, even though he is sending in his Overlord, but the Overlord just takes too long to get across, which is a nice balance issue for Blizzard, of course, the makers of StarCraft, for those of you who don't know. Yeah, they always try to get the best out of their game, and the speed of this Overlord, the fact that he's so slow that you actually have to send out a worker to scout or well, kind of get surprised by rush tactics, that is a really important thing to have in your game. So we see the spawning pool coming up, we see a hatchery coming up. On the Terran side we don't see an expansion yet, but we will see that soon enough. There you go. Yeah, most of the Terrans do fast expand against Zergs here, but the Zerg may actually double expand here. I don't know if that's too risky, because he hasn't really seen what this guy is going for yet, and now with the wall off, he's not going to see it anytime soon. Anyhow, the hatchery almost up, and well, we see a large number of drones over here. That means that he has a nice amount of income. Yeah, we see a couple more harvesters here for the Zerg player, and that means that he has a little bit extra income. We can actually see that well, they're pretty much equal. It's just a few more for the Zerg, but yeah, with the Terran player, you always have those mules, and those mules actually add quite a bit to your income, and especially if you have multiple command centers going, multiple orbital commands, I should say. It is staying with just the one expansion here, which is not bad, of course. Having too many expansions early on means that you have to defend everything, and you don't really have the ability to defend, because you don't have enough money yet, enough income to well, to make all of these drones, because you need to build up a number of drones first, and then you have the income, and with the income you can defend your bases. Because with Zerg is mostly about those larvae and the income. It's not so much about your production capabilities, because or your, I should say, your standing army. It's more about your production capabilities. So 2 extra queens produced, this one and this one, just for the purpose of spreading that creep. He does have 1 creep tumor out here. That's going to connect the 2 bases and make sure that everything gets a nice speed boost while on the creep. So everything gets a nice speed boost. Yeah, in the Terran base, yeah, you can also see it here. We have a starport coming up. I don't know which one that is. Found it in one. Command center is coming up. He's going to expand over here, I think, but that may also be over here, depending on whether or not he wants to kill those rocks. Yeah, I can see both. I mean, you can defend over here to get this defense, but yeah, then you have a back door over here, and that's over here, because you can get up over here and then run all the way like that. And this one is just, yeah, if you're attacking, if you're moving forward, it's really hard to get to this base as the Zerg player. So yeah, both are kind of acceptable landing places for this this command center. But for now, it's just sitting there. It's now morphing into an orbital command. And yeah, all in all, he's just doing his thing. And the tree is on fire. And wow, this guy just going crazy with the creep tumors. Of course, creep tumors get taken out pretty easily by Hellions and such. And the scout goes off, sees that there is no expansion there. The three queens are going to hold off this this little bit of a push, almost losing one of the Hellions, but it stays alive. And as long as it stays alive, it can do damage. And that's pretty funny, because even if it's at 1 HP, it can still do full damage. It's kind of crazy like that, but yeah, it does mean that if you focus correctly. So upgrades going up, by the way. If you focus correctly, then and you take down these low health units first, then you get a big advantage. So it is kind of a way to make micro more pay off more. So to let the better player win, and that is of course awesome. That's what we're trying to do here. Wow, that one Baneling really did a number on on those Hellions, because he lost quite a bit there. And of course, Baneling's not normally used against Hellions, but yeah, that little bit of splash damage actually took out quite a bit of health in general. And yeah, that was good. So large numbers of Zerglings sometimes can counter these these Hellions in small numbers, of course, because you have to surround the complete Hellion, and then you can do damage from multiple sides, while the Hellion can only attack one or two of the Zerglings at the same time. So an Overseer out, because he did see this this Banshee, and the Banshee is almost out of energy anyway. So the two queens are going to hammer on it. One queen almost going down, and yeah, it's going to be chased out. And is he going to heal it back up? That queen? No, the queen is going to just stand here and do nothing. So an armory coming up, 4 reactors coming up, so another great marine push here coming up. At least, maybe that's not all. Yeah, that will probably be all marines. Yeah. So it's one tech lab here to get the upgrades going. You have two. You have combat shield and you have Stimpack. Stimpack's already done. And yeah, for the rest, wow, hang on. I kind of missed that, because this large group of Zerglings with some Banelings, well, Banelings just morphed here. I actually missed that. Huh. I did see the base, well, what seemed to be a base up there, but it's not actually a base. It's just an Overlord chilling there. And he is going to try to break this this front, and doing a large amount of damage with those Banelings. But the Banelings don't actually take out any units. And oh no, he didn't take out the workers. He just damaged them, and that means that wow, a lot of them are low health. You need 2 Banelings to actually kill the workers. But now he lost his entire force. Not that that's a problem for a Zerg player, because as a Zerg player, it is it's okay to lose your army as long as you have an income and you have production facilities, so you have larvae available. And come on, dude, bring on the larvae. He doesn't actually do it, but well, we'll see it soon enough, I guess. He's yeah, there it is. Yeah, he was probably microed somewhere else, and yeah, here you see why he put that Overlord, because the Overlord's just there to scout and to make sure that there's no base going down here. Of course, one Zergling could have done that, but well, The one Zergling goes down. He can actually attack this to make it easier for him to get into the base, but there is no great base defense up. Where's he going with this? Okay, he's going to sneak around the back, but it's going to get spotted by this Banshee, the Banshee from earlier, who is going to die instantly. But yeah, he has to retreat these guys now, or not engage with them, because, well, the defense will be up. He did see the Mutalisk flying there, especially because he lost kind of a costly unit there. And oh, the Baneling's doing the damages. Excellent. And yeah, the tank goes down, but one of the Mutalisks goes down. But yeah, for the rest is going to pretty much be equal. So neither of them will get a definite advantage out of this fight. But it is pretty important that the Zerg player does trade, because once the Terran gets a huge ball of units going, especially those small pesky Marines and Marauders, then it's really hard to defeat that. That's why you have the Banelings, of course, to defeat those kind of balls. But yeah, for now it is not a problem yet. There are a large number of these turrets out, a really large number of these turrets out, and that is just to prevent those Mutalisks from coming in. Wow, lots of Marines out of position. They get sniped mostly by the Mutalisks, but also by the Zerglings. And are they going to survive though? Yeah, they are going to survive for now. Huh. So he does get out with some of his army, and look, the creep spread is all the way up to here now. So everything south of this is now well, kind of property of the Zerg player. He gets the extra speed boost for all ground units, and yeah, that's excellent to have. Also, it gives him vision, which is also excellent to have, of course. And oh, what did I just press? It doesn't matter. We're just going to watch the fight, but I definitely pressed something that I didn't intend to press. Let me switch back to team colors. Oh, I don't know. I pressed. Oh, this is what I pressed. Everyone. I accidentally pressed 2, apparently. But it's okay again. It's okay. We still got to see the fight. I didn't really pay attention to the fight. I was trying to find the solution. But yeah, he seems to have lost most of his army in that fight. Yeah, I'm not going to rewind. I want to rewind, but I'm not going to. But most of the army is now over here, because he lost his entire army that was there. And wow, the plague, I forgot what it's called. What are you called? Fungal growth. The fungal growth actually taking out most of that health on the Marines, and yeah, he's going to do pretty well with the cleanup. Of course, yeah, he loses a lot of the creep here, because all of the creep tumors get taken down. And with no creep tumors, that means that two Marines. Yeah, the 2 Marines are not worth it to use your fungal growth on, but it's also annoying enough to actually send in some army. And come on, the tanks need to go down. No, don't let them shoot. Oh man. Yeah, so only one of the infestors actually dies. The Zerglings really don't matter. He trades Zerglings for the rest of the units any day. And it is just that he really doesn't want to lose those infestors, because the infestors are your late game units, your late game strategy. And yeah, most of them are still full health. Only one of them is actually damaged. So another base came up, and it seems that the Terran player also took a 3rd base. So and he is building another. Wow, really aggressive moves there. Yeah, the Zerg player is 1 base ahead, sure, but he also sacrifices more units. We will see that in the units lost tab. Yeah, so he sacrifices a little more units. That's why he needs an extra base. And let's just see what's happening here. The fungal growth needs to go off. He does get some of them off, but then loses like 2 or 3 infestors, maybe even 4. and is going to, wow, have a hard time defending this. The fungal growth goes down, taking out most of the Marines. But is it going to be enough? No, it's not going to be enough to save this base. The three tanks are still there, and they aren't going to do the damage. Production is showing that we have Brute Lords coming up, some Zerglings coming up, but for the rest, not a whole lot. Yeah, he's going to have to fall back and hope that his next base will he will be able to save his next base. But we will have to see about that, because the tanks are doing a number on these well, these smaller units. But he is going to defeat the Terran army. But yeah, at what cost? Because it is a pretty hefty cost there. The Brute Lords finally coming in to clean it up. He lost a lot of workers there. And here you can see it, 41 workers killed against the 25 on the enemy team. And overall, yeah, 400 units killed. And that is just a huge amount. Most of those are, of course, Zerglings. And the Terran player is going to expand over here once the creep dissipates, I should say. Because technically creep isn't alive, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what the rules are on creep. So the backstory and such. And are they going to take out this? The infested Terrans took out 2 of the medevacts, but the 3rd one got away, which we normally don't see. Normally they take out any medevac they're trying to get. Oh, the Vikings against! Oh man, the Vikings are going to do so well against these Brute Lords. Yeah, and he just gives up. There are too many Marines coming out every time, and yeah, I think that one fight that I missed. That was the deciding fight, and so I was being stupid for missing that. I don't know where it is. It's this fight. No, it's not. I don't know. Is this the one where... No, this is not where he loses his entire army. I'm going to search for it, because now I want to see what happened. And yeah, he's going to fly out here with his, with most of his army. And then group up, and probably this is one. This is where it's at. Okay, no, this is where he takes out all of the Marines. Blah 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 blah. Actually, loses a few of his mutalisks right there. By a few, I mean quite a few. Next fight then. Man, I should have just rewound right there. Would have been so much easier. So yeah, he has about 4 or 5, no, a little more of the Banelings, and I think the Banelings are just not going to do enough to make this happen. No, the Banelings are not going to do anything, and yeah, he loses his entire army there, while the Terran player still keeps his army. So anyway, all in all, just very well played on the Terran player's part. He made sure that he took advantage of that mistake by the Zerg player, which I completely missed, obviously. And yeah, just turned it into a win. So anyway, hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. GG.